Namaste, Soul Tribe family. Welcome back my way on this divinely guided day. I love you and the divine loves you. Thank you so much for everything that you do for our space. Your likes, your shares, your subscribes, hitting your notification bell, tapping into the messages, plugging into the messages, your donations, scheduling your reads. I am grateful for everything. Welcome to all being 1111 Energy Soul Tribe family, to all of the new family members who have recently subscribed. Thank you so much to all of the new family members who have recently joined. I am grateful for each and every one of you. I love you and the divine loves you. And to my A1s who are my day ones, I love you and the divine loves you. Thank you so much for everything that you do for our space. I cannot wait, you guys. Okay. I'm going to be doing some random pulls from the members area. Okay. And then I will pull possibly one to two from just the family. Okay. Um, within our collective body. All right. And I will be sending out gifts. Okay. So I'll be posting that, and then I will be posting the initials. I'll put members only in their initials. Okay. If their initials are really close, I'll do the members only, which I think that is something that could be seen anyway. So it's not anything private. Okay. But I'll go in and get that done. And then when I get that posted, then, I will ask that you guys email me. Okay. The email will be there. All right. And that is in the description box below. Okay. You may have to click more twice. If you're interested in anything pertaining to the channel, you can definitely see that by clicking within the description box. You'll click more, then you'll click more again, and it will expand even further and give you more in-depth information about the channel and the services provided. Okay. And that's just for all of the new family members who have recently subscribed. My A1s who are my day ones, the Soul Tribe family member as a whole, they already know that. But just in case somebody didn't know, there you have it. Let's hop into this energy, family. Okay. Divine, at this time, we are grateful. Thank you so much for allowing us to be here another day with you. I ask that you continue to keep us protected during this reading, all readings, and all the time. I ask that you continue to provide us with clear and concise messages, as well as clarity, guidance, intuition, wisdom, and discernment. Any negativity, any toxicity, any evil being thrown or projected at myself or the Soul Tribe family, I ask that you strike it down and shut it down and cut it down as we too strike it down and cut it down and shut it down, clearing, canceling it, and releasing it back to the universe. Ashe and thank you. At 3:44, that may be significant. Okay. So let's get an overall energy out here. And it's all about change, y'all. Every time. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Somebody is this change, whatever this change was happening right this now at this current moment in time within the whole 3D realm, within the ethers, as above, so below. Okay. There is change taking place. There's hierarchies and reformations happening. Okay. It says here, change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. There is movement taking place, and somebody here is in grief over this movement. It says, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, and growth and acceptance. Okay, so we have growth out here. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Somebody wants to grow because there's something about what you have done. You have grown. You have grown to accept things that you cannot change. Mm, mm, that's it. Somebody has mastered the acceptance of things they can't change. Yeah. It says, I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. And that has somebody in grief. Yeah, because they had, look, this grief is this trust. They trusted that they were going to be able to break you down. They trusted that they were going to be able to cause you some sort of grief, pain, or something in your life. Okay. They may also be in grief because of the amount of trust that you had in the Most High, your angels, your ancestors, and your spirit guides. It's something about you trusting in what it is that you already know as well. I feel like they feel defeated here. They're in grief because you trusted, you accepted it. It says, trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. And that's what it was. They're upset that you trusted that. They're in grief pertaining to the amount of faith you had. hmm And then we have balance here, grow. Okay, grow and balance. It says balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. But listen, it did swing over here in the reverse. I feel like, somebody is in grief because they may have thought they were growing, but they were totally imbalanced. They had no balance. You may have accepted the fact that your ancestors, angels, and spirit guides had already let you know that a lot of people are imbalanced. You already knew to accept the things you couldn't change. You can't change somebody else's ooh, incompetence, ignorance, and imbalance behaviors. You couldn't do nothing about that, right? They wanted you to doubt. They wanted you to accept some sort of doubt. You didn't have to accept any doubt because once you trusted in the Most High, anything after that, you were like, okay, it says doubt here. I release the need to know all the answers. Hello. I'm telling you, hey, whatever it is, the divine's gonna let you know. Your angels and ancestors and spirit guides and your whew, they're coming through. They're gonna let you know. So you just stop doubting things. You said, okay, I accept. I accept the things that I cannot change. And therefore, you walk by faith. Hmm. You sure do. And that got people in grief because you just went on and said, forget it then. Have it your way. Have it your way. And you had it your way, family. You had it your way. Yeah. Look, you had to trust that your angel and your spirit guides would handle and would make all the corrections for you. Judgment here, it says, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. And that's just how you look at it. And that is exactly how you look at it. I am not playing. That is how you look at everything. And you just are very discerning on what path you decide to take. See, you're on your path and you're going to meet people along the way. And are you going to go with them or continue along your path? These people that you meet, they're lessons. They could be blessings. They could just, you know what I'm saying? But you're going to come into contact and it's all about you staying. It reminds me of the Book of Eli, the movie with Denzel Washington. He met all kind of motherfuckers on his path and all them motherfuckers was fucked up. Oh, quick disclosure. I do cuss, I do curse, I speak the truth and call out names and got it too, but they were y'all. All them motherfuckers. So I was like, damn. The lady said, help, help. This wasn't nothing wrong with her. She was trying to, you know what I'm saying? Just so that's what this energy is like. You had to go through a lot of imbalanced ass shit. You were dealing with a lot of imbalanced ass people. You had to go through the imbalances that were around you. Look, I ain't lying. Woo, empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of the situation, and that's exactly who you are. Promise you, baby. That's who you are, family. That's who you are, family. Babies and endearment. Somebody got on my helmet about that. Why do you readers call each other baby? Well, we listen. They not like us type energy just popped up. Okay. Message. Yeah, look, folks be in denial about that shit. I'm playing family. Yeah, but somebody is in here in denial, right? It says, I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. Somebody is in denial about that because I feel like that is something you do. You like, okay, okay, this is okay. But now that I know, okay, and now you're aware. So it's like, it's not like you're walking into something unaware. You walking in fully aware. That's where you're addressing you are addressing your fears head on. You like, okay, hope not. Keeping an optimistic outlook and approach. But man, you ready? That's why you happy. See, you trusted that any judgment being handed down would be, coming from the Most High, as it should. And happiness is here. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. And that's all you knew. You didn't have to worry about any doubts or anything else. Once you handed it over, it was handed over. That was it. That's a wrap. You handed all your issues, your problems over to the Most High. Some people hand them over and then take them back. That's bad. That's bad for business. Now, and you could take them back by sitting there worrying about them, but the divine, look, what came over, be patient with this relationship that you have with the Most High, because many are envious of it. It says patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. And then relationships, I am attracted to those people who are serve the higher good. And I feel like that's as above, so below. So if you're already in that energy, you got a lot of people out here that are envying that. They're envious of that. Your relationship with the Most High, a lot of people are envious of that because they just like, damn, your faith is like unmatched, unprecedented. I don't even know if that was right. Look, what made me just say that? Why would I say unprecedented? Yeah, sure. That was the right word. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Because I was like, what? So that's what it's about. It's about saving lives. Because look at the bottom of the deck. So this is giving me with this here, with this death and love together, with peace. This is giving me a symbolic death for miraculous rebirth. People are being reborn with the energy of love and peace. Oh, let me rebirth both. How am I gonna do that? Right? It says death here. Death here. It says, I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. Okay. Symbolic death for miraculous rebirth. And then we have love here. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. Okay. And then we have peace here. I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. All right. So I feel like that and look at the bottom of the deck. Which you do that, you are definitely in abundance here. I am a limitless being and I can be manifest. Why did I hear that? Somebody out here has manifested this. Okay. Something about you manifesting what it is that you want, but you were being manifested. I'm a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. Somebody out here is master manifester energy, and somebody could be feeling some sort of guilt. Why? Because they laughed at your service. Ooh, somebody's feeling guilty about laughing at the services you were providing. You may have been this master manifester type energy providing a service to people, and something about the services you were providing, people were laughing at it. Something like that. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life, and that may have been your energy while you were in service, but people also were laughing at you. It says, service, I feel good when I can help others. And that was your superpower. But they were laughing at that. Not knowing that something about whistling while you work. Whistle while you work. Yeah, something about whistling while you work, family. Hmm. There we go. Hmm. Oops. Say. Hmm. Yeah. Your imagination was just something that was being projected. Like, you were imagining whatever it was, the laughter and the fun and the joy in work or something like that. It says, I embrace, yeah, and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. So it was like you were bringing in that element of peace, love, harmony, and tranquility, which leads to abundance. You were envisioning abundance here. Yep, through friendships. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. And it was like you treasure friendships. You could be treasuring friendships, or that is your energy. You treasure wholesome friendships. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, somebody wants to vent and says they have a lot to say about a situation and need a good listener. Somebody may want to vent to you about something. Want to tell you a lot what's on their mind, what they've been thinking. May even go back to some sort of connection that you all may have with these roots out here. Yeah, connect with your roots. Okay, ancestral wisdom guides you. Somebody, you may feel that somebody does want to vent or talk about something here. They could be being guided to do so, because I look over after shuffling everything. We got guidance twice. Somebody is being guided to talk to you about something. Okay, it says here, seek guidance from within. The answers you seek are in the cards, but then we also have guidance here as well. I feel like, this could be, your roots guiding you at this time. Something is guiding you, or something is guiding someone towards you. You may even be intuitive to this. You may feel this. And then I look over and see a damn companion. Listen here. Companion is out here, really. Yeah, listen to your inner voice. Your spirit guide is here to assist you. You may have a black cat, you may be into black cats, but I feel like this is not just a spirit guide for some of you, but it is some of your spirit guides. Okay, they are black cats for some of you, but I also feel like your companion here could also be somebody that represents a black cat in some kind of way. Mm-hmm. And they may be, in some sort of grief behind some things. Tell me more, Spirit. Yeah, great news. Okay, I have something amazing to share with you. See, somebody wants to share something with you, but I feel like this energy is in grief because maybe you guys, have grown apart here. Maybe you're not as close. Maybe they can't, you won't call them, they won't call you. Y'all haven't communicated. But on the chime on this, yeah, notification over here, yeah, you haven't communicated because somebody could have sabotaged that. I'm deliberately working to undermine your efforts and place obstacles in your path. Somebody may have done that. You guys could have been friends with somebody before. Somebody could have sabotaged the growth here. But there is some sort of great news pertaining to someone's trust, or someone being trusted, someone accepting who they are, accepting their roots. That could be great news. Someone has moved out of self-doubt and denial, no longer passing judgment. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Whoop. Somebody is lusting for you. I'm telling you, I bring intense desire, a magnetic pull, fueled by passion, seeking satisfaction without restraint. Yeah, I feel like somebody, this is this grief with this companion is giving me, yeah, they're lusting a lot. Okay, somebody is literally lusting for you. Somebody is literally lusting for you. They want to be with you. They are lusting for you so bad. What? Shit now. Ooh, yeah. And then I look over and see heart love. Listen, somebody is lusting for you so bad with this love and vitality, courage and strength. This is how they're seeing you, like you being the core center of their life, their world. Okay. A lot of emotional passion for you out here. Okay. Somebody, somebody is lusting for you. hmm Something about, weaving the threads of your dreams, your thoughts, okay? Shaping your reality here. You may even have a dream catcher. It's like somebody here, it's like, didn't I say something about master manifester or something over here? This was giving me like this was what you were manifesting. You had went through this miraculous death for a symbolic death for a miraculous rebirth energy, right? With the love, the peace, and the abundance, okay? Something about your imagination and friendships. Yeah, curious. Listen, somebody is so curious to get up into your mind, okay? Something about with this imagination and these friendships, with this energy over here and them lusting for you, they are really curious about what makes you tick. Ooh wee. Okay, I'm intrigued and eager to learn more and figure you out. Listen, somebody wants to know. Look, you got relationships here, friendships. Look, this person is lusting. This is a lusting energy. Hot, hot flash, hot, 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 hot. They want to know if you're an imposter, would you deceive them? Okay. Because they are searching for some sort of closure after being in some sort of greedy type of energy with possibly someone else who was supposed to be sage advice for them, who they thought they were seeking mutual counsel from, maybe even thought they were, connected with this energy on a journey. I feel like somebody could be wanting you. Shit, child, Lord. Mm. You may be a reader. You may be somebody that has caught the eye of somebody. I don't know. Only take what resonates, but that sage advice, that's somebody. Okay, also I heard that. So this is just you, it's being laid out for you. Okay. Somebody's letting you know. Okay. They want to make sure you're not a gold digger. Okay. They want to make sure that you move with grace, tact, diplomacy. You're humble. You are not somebody that's greedy, needy, and all the above, vice versa, masculine, feminine energy alike. You have feminine energies that are taking care of masculines out here today, and you have masculines that are taking care of feminine energies out here today. They want to make sure that you're somebody that, like, you are who you say you are. I'm telling you, because they're closing out a cycle in their life. They're getting closure here. It's time to resolve unfinished business and move forward in their lives. And that's what they feel. They ready to move forward. That's why these threads are out here. This is maybe you pulled on somebody's heart with these threads, these strings. It's like, they want to make sure you're not going to string them along, play with their heart. I don't know. This person is vulnerable as hell. Like shit. I ain't lying. This bad boy out here feel like, they really want to be with you type energy and they just don't want you to play no games with them. They don't want you to pull on their heart. I feel this could be your energy too. You feel the same duality energy. As I look over, duality energy balance, period. Yep. Yeah, this is a victory. This is like somebody getting through to someone here. And this ain't no trick either. They really are tapping in. They're getting in. They look at you as a little worker bee here. You may love bees, something about bees here. Yep. Look, I can't make it up. Next message, love. Yeah, you're a little worker bee. Okay, you could be queen bee energy, something like that. Somebody seeing you as that energy. Somebody seeing you as this little worker bee energy. Okay. Queen bee, I'm hearing. Something about they love bees, bee pollen. Hmm. The stillness of the lagoon, stillness of something, the stillness of like I picked up like I don't know, this person could be down south somewhere, Louisiana energy coming up in here hard. Like I'm seeing some sort of, large body of water somebody may live off, live near. This is an area they defend. Mm. This is part of a deal, though. This could be part of a deal. You may have to go where they're at. Yeah, you gonna have to have some sort of courage about this. Yep, adaptation. Hmm. Somebody may be wanting to reveal this that they may want to see if you are able or willing to come to where they are, adapt to their environment. Something about the Blue Lagoon. I don't know why I'm hearing the Blue Lagoon. What is the Blue Lagoon? I think that's a movie, but I don't know. There something called the Blue Lagoon? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, this wherever this is, it's not as friendly as maybe what you're used to. This is some wildlife shit I'm picking up on right now. Okay, keep your guard up. Yep, we aren't friends, and I may have a hostile attitude. This is somebody but we're not taking that message like that. This is like they live in a gators. I'm hearing gators, alligators. Somebody could be down south in an unfriendly environment where there gonna be some snakes or some shit. I don't know how y'all feel about that family, but I'm picking this up. This could be where they're from. Yep, this is where they grew up at. Growth. Yep, this is where they grew up at. Somebody grew up in kind of like they're real live country, masculine or feminine energy. And that's why they coming like this. That's why they're coming so cautious. They want to make sure you ain't gonna gaslight them because this is somebody that I don't know. They're maybe somewhat naive, not really naive, but maybe even shy, not real. They're not real knowledgeable on all the fast-paced city girl life type energy. They want to make sure they're not getting gaslit. Mm, yeah. And that's like their biggest fear or pet peeve. And they got a big favor to ask about that. It's like, don't play with their emotions, don't play with their feelings. This is how this energy is making me feel right now. Yeah, they don't want nobody playing with them and they don't want nobody actually really feeling sorry for them either, just because it's like, that's kind of adorable, right? Like, oh, you don't know this and that. But they're empathetic and everything, but it's also like, they don't want you to take them as being a fool. Okay. They telling you, okay, I will provide emotional support and always try to understand you, but just don't play with them type energy, right? Hmm. Yeah. And then we got revenge in reverse. Yeah. So this is not anybody looking for any sort of revenge or anything. I don't even feel like, because this is giving me your trust issues. You may always think somebody's moving in, coming in, looking for something. This could have been somebody that stepped away from a scene. Maybe they changed their life, totally turned themselves around. You haven't seen them for 10, 15 years. They pop back up on the scene. This is where they went to somewhere where they could actually grow out in nature and realize the gift that they, I guess, have become. I offer something from my heart, an unexpected blessing to brighten your path. Hmm. Oh, I don't know why I keep seeing like this white. It's like a one of them willow trees with the white stringy hanging down like some sort of lake. Real green pasture, big ass trees, a lot of land, porch. Hmm. I don't see why this house is kind of like a yellow, not dark yellow though, soft yellow kind of a. Somebody might live off some land somewhere. Yeah, there's a reconnection here. And listen, and the honk outside. There's a reconnection here. I know it's been a while, but I miss having you in my life. Listen, somebody I don't know, Felby. Somebody is yeah, I feel this energy. I feel this. And then after all the shuffling is still at the bottom, apathetic. Okay, I prefer to remain focused on my own life right now. Um, this could be you, family. Okay, you may not be interested. Okay, I hope this is not you, but after I did that, apathic. Let me make sure I'm even saying that right. Shit, I don't know. Yeah, I said it right. Apathetic. This is you. This is your energy. This could be somebody here. Okay, some of you are still open, but I don't know if you are not open to maybe relocating. This gives me like somebody may want you to relocate to them, but somebody out here is also in this energy of I prefer to remain focused on my own life right now. Okay. Yeah, somebody might try to use some leverage though. What? I want you to open up and trust me so I can use your secrets against you. I don't feel that's it. I feel like, they may have some leverage here or they may provide you with an upper hand so that you're more comfortable with this connection. I don't feel like this is a leverage like that. Like somebody may come in and say, "Hey, okay, fine. Now this, I don't know, only take what resonates. You may have a few thousand left on your house. Here, we'll pay this out. You rent it out. Keep that in your name. You know what I'm saying? You'll always have a place type energy. Okay, just go, take what resonates. But somebody may be offering to, okay, I'll pay for, uh, if it doesn't work out in a year, you know what I'm saying? You can move back in and keep your stuff there. I'll have everything set up down here for you. You don't have to bring anything, but your apartment will always be there. I don't know. Okay. You never know. But there's somebody here that is willing to provide some sort of leverage, maybe to make you feel comfortable. I don't know. So that you don't just like run off into uproot your entire life for a masculine or a feminine energy only to be let down. Somebody wants to provide some sort of leverage. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is giving like, yeah, listen, you got a lot of trust issues, okay? Because there's so much dishonesty that has happened around you. Hmm. Somebody here, yeah, I will withhold information. See, this is like what you've already been through. Somebody's withheld information from you. Somebody did prove to be bad news, okay? You may have even dealt with energies that have bragged about what something that bragged about the chaos that they have caused you, okay? And this is why you are focused on you because you've dealt with meddlers, okay? I don't feel like this energy is trying to do this though, but I feel like that's where you're at, family or cross watcher. Okay. Um, hmm. And with this secret here, maybe many of you, okay, with this secret, yeah, the betrayal has got you, stuck. Maybe you know this. Maybe this is the big secret. Maybe there's somebody coming rushing in because they know it too. They know that betrayal has you stuck and you are just hell bent. This is what I'm picking up. Yeah. Because look, they're not going to represent anything from your past life. If this is somebody from the past, they're coming back totally different. They're coming back totally different. It's not going to be somebody that you remember. Not like that. But then I'm also getting that, you've had so much, opposition and a lot of shit happened to you that, somebody wants you to give them a chance with this strength and courage and that could have been the other reading that this energy is coming over into. Yeah, they know you've had a lot of opposition. They know this, but it also feels like you won't be remembering anything from the past, like of negativity. Like somebody wants to come in. There's something here about with this clever. I don't know why I'm picking up on an energy that feels like they can mm, change somebody or get them to open up in a different way. Yeah. Like You may be this energy that everything has always ended up being a damn burden. Yeah, they want to let you know that no, it doesn't have to be that way. Hmm. Yeah, it's like whatever's coming in, it's not from your past, and it's something about, if there's burdens, it's because you have them, you put them there. Now I ain't gonna lie, I saw the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. That's why I said they wouldn't be that way. But then there's the burden here. I feel like you were left out in the cold. Yes, you were. See, that's crazy. I seen it in the reverse at first. So some of you were not left out in the cold. And some of you were. Some of you have healed. What that was telling me is some of you have healed, but some of you are still carrying some of these burdens because you were betrayed. There was a lot of strife there. Mm. They may know this. They may know this. Okay. Yeah. But I'm telling you, that's not what their intentions are. They want you to release that. Yeah. With the optimism. I said that earlier. Yeah. They know what you've been through. This is what I'm getting. They know what you've been through. They know you've been with a lot of cunning energies. A lot of people were cunning here. Yeah. But they may want to care for you. Cancerian energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Moon, care. But yeah, Cancer energy here, they may want to care for you because they know that, you could have been dealing with a bunch of vultures and you could have been someone that was very strong too while dealing with these vultures. Mhm. And they don't want you to have those type of memories. Yeah, they don't want you to have those type of memories about that. They want you to have memories of peace and sacred memories. This energy has been hunting people down behind you. They've been using disguises to do so. Believe that they're there for you. And this is a powerful energy. And they do believe in you having your freedom. They want you to be able to create whatever it is that you want when it comes to that. And they want you to have confidence. Their intentions, I feel, are pure. Something about them being a purity mystery here, and you just persevering with so much determination and so much energy and so much play. And they see that. That's how they said. That's why they said, yeah, you went through a rebirth here. Hmm. This rebirth could actually be something that is very good for you. This gives me the energy like it's contagious. It can spread around the world type energy. Hmm. Yeah. It's very abundant. Queen of Pentacles energy. Protective, kind, truthful, practical, charming, generous. Yeah, that's contagious. You have a very contagious energy. Hmm. Oh, look, I can't make it up. Empress at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, you're all the queens. Your vitality, your life, your magic. Okay, someone sees you as magic. They see you as someone that, brings back hope, nurturing. I cannot make it up. Somebody could have tried to do some sort of death magic on you, but I'm picking up the magic that was done was for this symbolic death for miraculous rebirth. Yes. Hmm. You are magic. And I feel like this did happen. Hmm. You were reborn as, a better version of yourself. That's it. You were reborn. Look, I cannot make it up. Look, I do it. I thank you, Spirit. Yeah, you was reborn. Yep, a better version. You were reborn a better version. Tell me more. Hmm. So dream big. I'm telling you, dreams come true right here. Yeah, you're very wise. You're very spiritually connected to the Most High. You have a lot of hope. A lot of hope here. Prosperity, wisdom. You are the light at the end of the tunnel. You restore. You're a healer energy. Somebody couldn't mirror that. Yeah, they couldn't mirror the growth. You're the spark. I'm telling you, you are a contagious spark. All right, family. So I'm going to leave that message here for you. Hopefully, it resonates. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Hit your notification bell. And thank you so much, okay, for all that you have done for our space. I am grateful and I love you, and the divine loves you. Let's close out. Divine, at this time, thank you so much for allowing us to be here. Please continue to keep love, harmony, tranquility, prosperity, peace, protection, and respect and good health and good wealth in our lives and all the time. Ashe, and thank you. And until next time, you know what I love to say. Namaste.